DV and comment.
Hey guys, I am a little over 1 month postpartum. I just am making this video now. I think let's see, 3, 10, 9, a week over 1 month. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better from my C-section. My stomach still kind of hurts where the scarring is, but it definitely feels way better than it did the first 2 weeks afterwards. The scar looks great. They definitely did a really great job. I'll show you that towards the end of the video, but it definitely healed up and is feeling way better. Now, I both had a regular delivery and a C-section if you follow my other videos, because I had Carter normally, and then Melita had to be emergency C-section, because if they were to try, and because she was breached, try and flip her over and stuff like that, it may have impacted her life, her being able to live. So I was like, yeah, I could just do the C-section, and try to help her out. So since Carter was so small, because they're so little at that point, everything delivering naturally or whatever didn't hurt as much. The contractions hurt, of course, in the ambulance and stuff like that, but the actual giving birth didn't hurt as much as a big baby coming out. So physically I am doing good with recovering from both natural and a C-section delivery. Emotionally, I would say I'm doing much better than I did was doing the first couple weeks home. It was definitely very, very hard. I never really had any postpartum depression or anything like that with my last 2 pregnancies, but from losing a baby and having one in the NICU, it is extremely hard, just kind of losing that whole feeling of pregnancy. It's really hard to just kind of explain, just to lose the whole overall, you're going through this pregnancy, and I was doing the pregnancy vlogs, and you're enjoying your pregnancy, or you're talking about it, you're going through it, you're growing each day, you're feeling the baby's move, to just waking up one day and all of a sudden going into labor is just so crazy. And that day definitely does not leave my mind. It was definitely one of the hardest times in my life. Well, it's definitely the most hardest thing I went through in my life. And I think I'm doing well with the whole situation. I try to visit Melita as much as I can, and I still, of course, grieve over Carter. Some days are better than others. I try to stay strong in front of the boys and never try to emotionally break down in front of them. But it is tough losing a kid, and especially giving birth to them, and then knowing right away that he wasn't breathing or anything. It was definitely hard. But I think it's been a rough month, but I think I'm doing much better. Like I said, I'm not gonna be ever totally over the whole situation, and helping Melita out each day, and being strong for her because she's such a tough little fighter, with her ups and downs, and like she's been having her little episodes of when she stops breathing. Each phone call I get from the doctor, because they try to call me, that they do follow-ups every day. Each phone call, I don't know what to expect. Some phone calls are great, and some are, a little worrying, but it's definitely a lot to go through, and then to have to be strong for a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. It's definitely a lot, but I am getting through it. I have a lot of support from my family, and Renzo's being very supportive, and helps me out with the kids a lot, and lets me go see Mel, and my family tries to, my mom helps me out with everything, especially only having one car. So I'm definitely doing okay. A lot better, both physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever. But feeling 1 month postpartum without having a baby home is like probably the hardest thing. Seeing babies on like Instagram and Facebook of like people I know who have had babies and everything. It's like kind of like a jealousy factor, like, oh, they get to have their baby and home and snuggled up, and I have to be away from my baby every night and watch her on a little webcam. But it's definitely the price to pay to make sure that she's all right. I'd rather have her fighting strong and be away from her than anything else. So that's pretty much it for my 1 month postpartum. I just wanted to give you an update on how I'm doing, and I will go ahead and show you my belly and my scar from my C-section. So that's my belly, and I'm gonna try to show you my scar. They did a pretty nice clean cut, which I like. Really low too. But I didn't get like too much stretch marks. Like I was still early on, but I was kind of getting some, like over here you can see. But still have like some of the fat. It feels so weird not being pregnant anymore. Like I miss my belly and stuff. That's like one thing, that's really hard, is like just being pregnant and then all of a sudden having that taken away from you is like extremely hard. But like I said, I'm getting through it. So I just wanted to give you guys an update, and as always, thanks for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, or hit the bell if you want to stay tuned for more of my adventures with Melita, my boys, and continue on my journey through life. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye guys.